Okay, Trent Alexander-Arnold. Again, that was one that a lot of people are looking at. The reason I didn't mention him is because season ticker-wise, Chelsea and Man City in the next two. Do I think there's clean sheets there? No, so Trent Alexander-Arnold would need to get some sort of attacking returns. It is then in game weeks 9 and 10, Huddersfield and Cardiff, which is nice. Then Arsenal. Then the fixtures look like they take a turn for the better with Fulham, Watford, Everton. So if you're really, really behind Trent Alexander-Arnold still getting attacking returns, then it's a risk you can take. But I always like to try and have defenders that I think can get clean sheets. At least when I'm bringing them in, they can get clean sheets. For instance, Alonso, the fixtures don't look great anymore, but I brought him in while I thought he could get clean sheets. So for me, I would look elsewhere for my transfer in, but if I had Trent Alexander-Arnold, I wouldn't be transferring out, if that makes sense. But Trent Alexander-Arnold definitely looks like a cheap alternative to Andrew Robertson, and did do better than him in this game week just gone. If we actually compare their stats for the game week just gone, because Andrew Robertson has been just about beating out Trent Alexander-Arnold before this game week. But if we compare them now, if I just find one and then I compare them to the other. There he is, Trent Alexander-Arnold, and we compare him to Robertson. So the game week just gone, Alexander-Arnold had 1 assist, of course, to nothing. Penalty area touches again was in Trent Alexander-Arnold's favour, which I think is the first game that has happened in. Andrew Robertson had an attempt on goal. I believe it may have hit the post. Again, I've not had a chance to watch all the games yet. But Trent Alexander-Arnold had no attempts on goal. However, chance created was 1 for Trent and none for Andrew Robertson, and Trent getting an assist. To be honest, their underlying stats aren't great for either player there. But this is the first game week I've looked at them, and Andrew Robertson has lost out to Trent Alexander-Arnold. As far as attacking wise, Trent Alexander-Arnold on the heat map was actually further forward than Andrew Robertson for once as well. So that, read into it what you may, but it could be that Trent Alexander-Arnold is a good look, but I wouldn't bring him in when the fixtures are looking difficult. We've got Wilson is a trap. So I suppose, you know what? I did it last week. Would I consider Wilson a trap after his lackluster performance, let's put it that way, this game week? So in the game week just gone, if you didn't know his underlying stats, he got substituted off in the 68th minute, which isn't great. His heat map, poor. Nowhere near as advanced as you'd like to see him. Penalty area touches 2. Attempts on goal, zilch. Absolutely nada. Chances created, he created 2 chances, however. Now, I've not watched the game again, and I always like to watch the game as well as the underlying stats, but that is bad. Now, the game week before, when Bournemouth actually did really well, again, his underlying stats didn't look great. Penalty area touches 2, no attempts on goal. He cried. Oh, I don't think that's updated. In the match against, who did they play? Leicester, where they scored 4 goals. He got 1 assist. I really wanted him to get on the score sheet when 4 goals are being scored, especially considering how many goals he was involved in before that game week. Again, 2 penalty area touches, 2 attempts on goal this time, both from inside the box. None on target, however, which is disappointing. Chances created at 2. Big chances created, both of them big chances, however. So his chance creation was decent for that game week. But that's 2 game weeks in a row where he's not looked very good at all. As far as his comparison to the other players in the league in expected points, if we go back to all matches, he was quite high for expected goals. I'm assuming he's dropped significantly now. He's now behind Murray, Lukaku, Aguero, Kane, Ings and Mitrovic. And for me, Mitrovic, even when he doesn't score points, is still getting the chances. Murray, even, is a player that, as long as he's playing, it looks like goals are going to go through Murray. Vardy is now coming back up the table because he is, of course, back from his suspension. So Raul Jimenez also climbing the table for expected goals. I worry that Wilson is on the decline and I've missed the boat and brought him in too late. If that is the case, a transfer will be needed. I mean, I'm pretty much certain that I'll be transferring out Pedro. So if I'm transferring out Pedro, my move's already kind of decided. But for me, Wilson is one that if he doesn't perform the next game week and his match is against Crystal Palace, whose defence aren't too bad with Tompkins, which is another worry, then he could be one that looks like he's on the chopping block. Mitrovic, for me, is one of those players that looks like he could be a good replacement for him. Fulham's fixtures after Arsenal are 3 decent fixtures: Cardiff, Bournemouth and Huddersfield. Also, Raul Jimenez with Wolves now has 4 decent fixtures: Southampton, Crystal Palace, Watford, Brighton, Hove Albion. He is one I'm looking at as well. So Wilson is on his last legs for me. I don't think he'll be transferred out now because I only have 1 transfer. Couldn't carry over from last week. So Wilson could be a trap, but I'm giving him 1 more game week.